Good evening, everyone. My name is Johan Hatting. I am in this amazing business now for the last 6 years. I would like to just say welcome onto the call, and I'd like to say thank you to Heike and Geraldine Berg. This is their meeting. They have just been hijacked. Not really. I'm just meaning by figure of speech. They both in separate meetings. Heike is in a meeting, Geraldine is in a meeting, and they've asked us to host this meeting on their behalf tonight. So I would love for you to keep focused. Okay. So let's start this amazing meeting tonight. And this opportunity is really for everybody. I'd like you to understand that it's for ladies. Ladies are doing exceptionally well in this business. It's also for men. Men are doing as well in this business, hence the reason why I'm doing this business. But let me just give you a little bit about our background. My wife Leonie started this business literally 6 years ago. And since she started, I was actually sort of on the border. I was supporting her morally, but not really in the business. And I thought, let me just add value to the whole process, because I felt at one stage I was actually losing out on all the excitement. Leonie, my wife, had all the excitement. I didn't have the excitement. And we can all do with a little bit of excitement in our lives. So I joined the business, and ever since, I am so in awe of this business, because this business has actually taught us so much. So we would love for you, the next 45 minutes could change your life if you're open to a new business opportunity. And we would love for you to stay till the end, because ultimately you would like to understand all the detail that there is to understand. This business has changed a lot of people's lives. Various ways, and you'll understand as we speak on which way it can improve or even change your life. The interesting part for us, it's when I started, we were typically looking at why would people do or start a second business? Why would people start a part-time business? Now, let me just say this much. This business has really been designed. What we're going to share with you tonight has really been designed for people. You can do it full-time. Leonie, my wife, is doing it full-time, and you'll get to meet her just now. She does this business on a full-time basis, but most of the other people, and most of the people that are much more successful than what we are even, are doing this business on a part-time basis, because it actually allows you to earn an extra income. Now, I don't know if you've been exposed to retrenchments or people that have literally, through business that are closing down, or people that have lost their jobs. I don't know if you've been exposed to somebody in your family, maybe. But what happens to people when they go through a retrenchment or when the companies close down, it's normally turmoil in their lives. Everything is upside down. You don't have money to pay for anything. And that has happened to so many people. And it could happen to you as well. Nothing is going to prevent you. Nobody is too special for them to actually experience something as bad as a retrenchment or a company that's closing down. So it's so important. And maybe it's just for that reason that you want to be focused tonight on and stay focused for the reason that this business could be for you. So what I'd like you all to understand is that maybe you want to earn a big salary, and that's great. And maybe you enjoy what you're doing on a full-time basis, and that's also good. Nothing is wrong with that. But here's what I'd like to say to you. And I haven't met anybody yet that has said to me, I don't need extra money. I haven't met anybody like that. So the interesting part about this business is I'd like you just to think for a second, maybe 1 minute. Your last income or paycheck, think of what it was and think of how it made you feel. Now, I would like to lead you and say, did it make you feel excited? Did it make you feel appreciated? Did it allow you to buy the things that you wanted to do, or did it fall short of that, call it the take-home pay that you wanted to have and that you had in mind? Now, I'd like you to think of part-time. I'd like you to think of earning an extra income. And I'd like you to think tonight of having a lot of fun, because we're having a lot of fun in this business. And if we don't have fun, we make sure that we have fun. So here's the part that I'd like to say to you. If you have, for argument's sake, you're earning 50,000 Rand a month, and you're about 20,000 Rand short every month on buying the things that you would love to buy, or the things that you have to buy. Sometimes it's the things that we must buy. It's food, it's petrol, it's little things like that. It's somebody else's study loan. If that is you tonight, this business is definitely for you, because to earn an extra income with this business is probably the easiest thing in the world. And then coupled with that, it could become your permanent income. It could become your only income for a lot of people, because in this business, you are not employed by anybody. You're not reporting to anybody. You're working for yourself, and you can make as much money with this business as you want to. And that's the part that I'd like to leave with you for a second. And I'd like to go into the detail of tonight's call. So for everybody that's joined after I've welcomed everybody, welcome onto the call. This is Heike and Geraldine Berg's call. Normally, they are both in separate meetings, different separate meetings tonight. So it's a very busy night, and they've asked us to host the meeting on their behalf. So you're not on the wrong platform. You, you are at the right place. But I'd love to show you quickly how it is so easy. Why is it that we are so excited about our lives? Think of yourself working for literally from the age of around about 25 to 65. That's a 40-year period. Think of yourself as being employed in South Africa. You'll be working a minimum of 40 hours per week. And think of yourself as planning for that excitement one day when you go into pension or onto pension. The shocking part that nobody has told you is you're going to take home 40% of your last paycheck. Now, most people don't realize this. Most people have not been told that the dreams that our parents had and the plans that our parents had for us was a great plan. It was a 40-year plan. But it didn't really yield the success that we were all looking for it out of it. So in that time, in that 40-year period, you're going to work for 480 months. 160 of those months, you're going to work for free because the tax man wants their money. And if you think of it, you take 2 weeks leave per year, you'll end up with 2 years leave. Now, the shocking part is, unless what people would say, there's a difference of opinion, but the reality for people in South Africa is 1 in 100 can actually afford to retire comfortably without doing an extra job. And that is what we would love for you to prevent. We would love for you to understand that there's a better way. And what is the better way? The better way is literally a 2 to a 5 year plan. And let me explain to you how simple it is. All of this comes out of a book from Robert Kiyosaki that he wrote a number of years back. And Robert said that most people are either employed as an employee, top left-hand corner, or you are self-employed. Now, to be in one of those two quadrants, there's nothing wrong with it. I've been an employee literally all my life. And the interesting part about that is that for as long as you work, for as long as you're employed, for as long as you have your own business, you work, you get paid. It's called active income. The interesting part about being, earning an active income is the moment you stop working, the salary also stop, the income stop. Now you don't have money anymore. So we would love for you to understand that the better way is really about a 2 to a 5 year plan. And where does that reside? It literally resides in the B quadrant. the business owner quadrant. This is the exciting part about the business. We would love for you to understand that you can continue working for an employer as an employee. You may have your own business, you can continue that. While you're doing that, you can supplement your business or your income on the business owner quadrant. And we would love for you to earn double the amount of money that you currently earn as an employee or as working in your own business within the business owner quadrant. Now, what is making the business owner quadrant so special? It's literally all about what we refer to as passive income. Now, Robert has made this whole study, Kiyosaki that is, and he said that people in the E and the S quadrant, 90% of the world's population fall in those two categories, and they have access to 10% of the world's wealth. Now, if you are understanding this, then obviously I understand this as well. This is where I've been most of my life. I've been an employee, and maybe this is your situation as well. Nothing wrong with that, but work on your alternative solutions. And the alternative literally is in the B quadrant. It's all about a system-driven business. It's all about all that you need. Think of everything that you need to run your own business. Everything from MIS to marketing to you name it. It's built into the business owner quadrant, and it's available to everybody on tonight's call, and you can tap into it. And all that you have to do is you need to have a will to succeed. That's all you need to have. You don't need a special qualification. You don't need a degree, or some people have lots of degrees, lots of qualification. There's nothing wrong with that. You can have that, but you don't need it for this business, which is why we are so really excited to share this with you. So how do we get into the B quadrant, the business owner quadrant? And it's really about, sorry, I'm just allowing people in on the side as well. So where do we go? Where do we go? And there we go. So the business owner quadrant is really about the health and wellness industry. It's about the direct sales industry, and it's about social entrepreneurship. Now, I don't know if anybody here has had exposure on social entrepreneurship. Let me just explain that very quickly. Most companies will have a turnover, and then they will pay their taxes, and from their taxes, or after their taxes, their net profit, they will decide on a small amount of money to be donated to a worthy cause. That is called social entrepreneurship. In South Africa, lots of companies do that, but they do that after their net pay. In this instance, the company that we're associated with, they deal with the Mission 5 Million program. It's a feeding program for kids below the age of 6, and they do it on the turnover. So there's a complete different focus here. It's all about helping kids that are malnutritioned to be fed properly. The health and wellness industry on its own is literally what it says there on the slide. It's $1 trillion, multiple $1 trillion already. It's all about everything outside the medical box. We're not going to help you to go to doctors. We're going to prevent you to go to doctors. We're going to help you to live healthy, wealthy, and do what you want to do. And on the right-hand side, we talk about direct selling. Now, direct selling is really the booming industry of today. Since COVID, I think most people rather have been exposed to direct selling. I think in my household, my wife and the 2 children, they all just buying everything online. We get the courier services stopping here, and they stop, and there's your parcel, and they sign for their parcel, and they go. And everybody is actually thinking of bypassing the middleman. This is a great business model. The prediction is that more millionaires will be born within the direct selling industry than in any other industry before. Now, what I'd like to tell you is, probably, and maybe you've been exposed, because I haven't really been exposed to AI and how AI is going to take over the world and how people are going to lose their jobs. And the reality is, that you can think of it for yourself. If a computer can do what you are doing and it can do better what you are doing, guess what somebody else is going to do? It's like farming. If you have a tool that can actually do the work of the farmers, why have farm workers? Just have the tool. And AI is really going to take away a lot of businesses. There's no two ways about it. We know, or I know, that companies are guarding against it. They will tell their staff it's not going to happen. I can tell you there's one industry where it's not possible to take away the people. And the people that the business that we are in is that one business about personal relationship or people relationships. That's the one thing that a computer or an AI program or an app just simply cannot do. It just cannot do it. So the interesting part is, what is the solution? And the solution really is about working with people. So it's all about personal relationships. I see people asking me for the ID. Tonight's event ID is, I've just posted it. It's 3975. I hope it's gone out. The code for tonight, 3975. You're welcome to use it. For those of you that are in the business, you know what to do. For anybody not, don't stress about it. It's nothing weird about it. But I don't know if my messages is going out or not. I hope it is. Anyway, the code is 3975. On this high note is, if you think of the health and wellness industry, you think of direct sales and you think of social entrepreneurship, these businesses are booming today, and you want to be part of this. Now, when you can find a business that's literally encompassing all three of these businesses, we're talking here about a massive opportunity, and this is where we would love to introduce you tonight to the business that we've been exposed to for the last 6 years. This business is called Manatech. MTEX is the ticket. It's listed on the NASDAQ under MTEX since 1999. So it's been in the industry for about 31 years. It's in South Africa, just over 15 years. And you can imagine that this business is really established itself. It's not a fly-by-night company. What's exciting about the business is you can do business not just in South Africa, but in 49 countries already. So it's literally a global business. And the heart of this business is really about what I've mentioned, the Mission 5 Million, where we're feeding the kids below the age of 6 for free. And those kids get fed for free. And this is the aim of this business, to eradicate malnutrition around the world. So you would like to say to yourself, but so what is so special, Johan? What is special about the business? And I'd like to say to you, the hero in this business, and maybe I must just pause a little bit and tell you what this business is all about. This business is really about, it stands on 4 pillars. The first pillar is its products. The products are absolutely next level, and I'm going to talk about it just now. The next pillar is about the company, and you've already seen that this company has stood the test of time, and it's not going anywhere. As a matter of fact, it's growing. Every time that I'm locking on, there's another country added, and then there's another country added. So the first pillar is the products. The second pillar is the company. The third one is the compensation plan, which I will tell you just now about how to make money and how much money you can make, what is possible with this business. And the fourth pillar is really the leadership in South Africa. Now, we're really blessed with the leadership core of South Africa, and I've not seen another company with leaders of the quality that we have in this business. So let's talk about the first pillar, the products. And the product is all about glycan technology. And it's really about plant-based, so there's nothing artificial about it. It's plant-based, it's natural, and it's cell-to-cell communication. Now, for most people that don't know what I'm talking about, it's fine. Let me explain to you very quickly. There's a slide with two cells. These are cells in your body, and these cells are supposed to communicate. Now, you know what? What are these cells supposed to do? They're supposed to communicate in order to identify bad cells in your body. We've been talking to a medical doctor, and the lady said to us one day that most people don't know it, but the average person generates about 1,000 cancerous cells in your body on a daily basis. And if you're healthy, your body can get rid of it. But if you're not healthy, your body doesn't know how to get rid of it because your cells don't communicate well. So our bodies, we understand today that glycan technology is all about cell-to-cell communication for your cells to recognize the good and the bad cells. It's all about your immune system. It's to optimize your immune system. If it's high, it's to regulate it. If it's low, it's to up it. And it's making sure that you have an optimal immune system. You know what? I've talked to so many people, and a lot of people saying to me, I have this brain fog thing. Can you help me something? These products are all about brain function as well. And I think the one thing that's probably undervalued, you can talk to just about any family today. There's always going to be somebody with a digestive function problem. Now, these products are literally dealing with cell-to-cell communication, with recognition, with your immune system, brain function, and your digestive function. Now, what is glycan technology? It's really about 8 essential glycans that our body require on a daily basis to function. Now, the interesting part is in our food that you are and I am buying, no matter where you're buying from, only have 2 of these essential glycans left. The rest has just disappeared over the years, purely because of green harvesting, purely because of water pollution, plant pollution. And the mere fact of it is, if you think of it, about 70 or 50 years ago, hardly anybody had cancer. Hardly anybody was really ill. Today, we have children that are really ill. People getting born that way. So how do we address this global problem? It's fixing the glycans in our bodies. And how do we do that? Through glycan technology, because our bodies really need these essential glycans. Now, all of what we require is in the products. Everything that our bodies require, because it's natural and it's plant-based. And you want to have it in your body every day of your life. I'd like to say this to you. You know what's interesting about the company? The company has got more than 140 patents on its products. 140 is quite a lot. They are being maintained, and some of the products just on itself. So maybe just say this much. There are no patents for the company on the labels or on the containers. All the patents are on the ingredients of the products. Now, because you have such a global company with global products, the company is so assured that their products will work every time that they've actually put up a 90-day money-back guarantee. What does that mean? You can use the products for 90 days, and if you didn't feel any different, you're welcome to ask your money back. The interesting part is the product has been certified for purity and safety by a third-party company, so it's outside of Manatech. And what you want to know, the company has spent millions and millions of rands, literally more than 75 million US dollars on product research and development. So it's really state of the art. And there's more than 19 clinical studies on these products, human studies, that actually, it's good to know that the products are designed for people, by people, to be used by people. And we would love for you to understand the benefit of that. Now, we are really fortunate tonight. I have Nolene Pretorius online that's in the business. We've been exposed to Nolene for quite a number of years. We got to love her and appreciate her. And the interesting part about her is She started this business on a part-time basis, and I'd love for Nolene to tell you a little bit about the products and maybe a little bit about why she's so excited about doing this business. Over to you, Nolene.
Thank you, Johan. I just want to also just honor you and Leonie for really doing such a marvelous work in mentoring me while I was on this journey, and really that you are just the best. And I just want to honor my upline, Brach and Sebastian Kamstra, gold presidentials in this business, and then my enrollers, Heike and Geraldine Berg. So just a short testimony on what happened in my life, how I got introduced to this business, and wow, that's me, eh? I get so excited when I see this, and I'm going to tell you all about my favorite product just in a moment. But how I got to this opportunity was really I had a husband that had heart failure. We were entering the pandemic times, and we had two businesses, plastic warehouses, like little small Westpacks, and we did so well until the pandemic came. When the pandemic came, we got to a point that we had to close down because we were non-foods, and I was like devastated. I thought, oh my word, everyone's speaking about money working for them, but how is it even possible? Because we thought if we can work hard enough, work longer hours, put up more stores, and in time, we will definitely get to that place where we will then have money freedom and time freedom. But unfortunately, I was part of the E and the S quadrant, but in the self-employed quadrant, it was really just something that's like a glorified cash flow, and you work hard, very, very hard, and you've got no time, and you've got a lot of problems and a lot of stress. And in the pandemic, my husband got so sick, and we had to actually take him to the hospital, but he didn't want to go. And Heike came to me, and we thought, if he goes to the hospital with his uh, little heart function, we were sure that he's not going to come home. And Heike came up and he said, but Nolene, why don't you try these products? Why don't you just try these products and see what it does? It's 100% food. And he mentioned, cell to cell communication and how the body heals itself. And I was so excited because that caught my ear. Because, first of all, I knew that our bodies were designed to heal itself. And with the right food, it can do that. So I tried the products because there's a 90-day money back guarantee. He tried the products, but I used the products with him, and that's how I got introduced to the products. And within 3 weeks, we could cancel his permanent oxygen, and he could move around where he could only move from one room to another room. He could move around on the farm in the pandemic. And we were so excited, and I started just to share my story, and I just, being authentic, wanting to help other people. Till this day, I've never ever looked at a paycheck. I have always just looked at the opportunity of helping somebody else. And I promise you, if you have the heart to help people and to bring them into a better health and better place, give them hope, the money will follow. And so I started this journey, and I just used the products, the normal products, the Ambertos. And then I started losing weight because my body was communicating and my cells were communicating, and everything in me changed. And then I started with the Osoline, and this is my results. This is like one of my favorite products. I used Osoline and Impact. I did use superfoods, and it really changed my life. There you can see I have lost so many kilos, 50 kilos. And also I lost the flap as well. There's no flap. Nice and firm. And yeah, I'm so, so excited about these products. And I'm so thankful that these products came my way, because in this, I'm also helping a lot of other people. And I cannot imagine my life without this business or this products. Furthermore, this company have made sure that I have a passive income every month on the 15th. There's a paycheck for me. And even the last 2 years, I couldn't work because life happened to me. I still got a paycheck every month, even though I were not busy working on my business could go on. So this, guys, is really money working for me. And I love it because I can help people and I can drink coffee and I can have fun and yeah, just share information. So yeah, thank you, Johan.
Thank you very much, Nolene. Yes, this is what's possible with these products. We're just showing you a few, but the person that's invited you onto tonight's call asked them for more detail. These are just a few of the products, and the beauty about this is all about the business. We can make money with doing this amazing business. Up next, I'd love to introduce you to my wife, the boss of our business. She's the CEO, and I'm working for her or with her. Let me introduce you to Leonie Hatting. Leonie?
Thank you so much, Johan, and thank you for allowing me to share my story. Before I share my story, I just actually wanted to finish Johan's story. He told you in the beginning a lot about retrenchments and what's happening out there. But what he didn't say is that he was retrenched. And if it wasn't for this income, then I am sure we would be a car less, a car or two less, or even a home. So this company found us 6 years ago. And I wasn't looking for any products. I didn't know what any of these products entailed. I was just after the money. I wanted an income because I used to work in corporate, but I became a stay-at-home mom. And when the 2 kids left home, I actually lost my purpose. I didn't want to go back to corporate again. And this company found me through Heike Berg and Geraldine Berg. And I'm forever grateful because it absolutely changed our lives. Okay, so I started this business. Johan wasn't, I wouldn't say not interested, but he was on the sideline and he's got a bit of FOMO. And later on, he was very interested and he wanted to become part of this. And within 15 months since we joined, it was actually in the pandemic, we reached a level in this company that I needed to pinch myself daily. I couldn't believe that from a housewife with no income that I could earn this figure every single month. So this absolutely changed our life. I was told to use the products, although I have any illnesses. I was on no chronic disease medication. I actually lost 18 kilos, but well done for you, Nolene, for your 50 kilos. I remember the days you came to visit and we struggled to find clothes for you before a big event. And I'm sure today you can walk into any shop and fit into anything. You absolutely looks amazing. So I started using the products, and it's been 6 years since Johan, actually our whole family, had a flu. So we're not scared of winter anymore. And but we really learned about these products about 2 years ago. The photo that you've seen is my older brother. He's 2 years older than me. We used to play tennis together. Also, we still have our parents. They're in their late 80s, also healthy. So there's no chronic diseases in our DNA. We are very fortunate. But Tina started having breathing problems all of a sudden after COVID. And he went to a lot of doctors and they discovered he's got a 7-millimeter hole in his heart that needed to be closed. He was booked into theater and within half an hour, the doctor came out and said he can't operate on him. He's only got 10% heart function. He would definitely not survive it. And a week later, they found us. So he was on heavy, he was sedated, he was on oxygen. He had heart failure, kidney failure, and lung failure. And within a week, they found us to tell the family there's medically nothing they can do for him. So Johan and I took this position and we said, if you can't do anything medically, will you please allow us to, while he was sedated, to put our products, the Manopol and Ambrotos that you see on the left, that's our cell-to-cell communication products, will you allow us to put it into his feeding tubes? She allowed it. And every 3 hours, we gave him big doses of these 2 products, which is natural. And within 3 weeks, they did a heart sonar again, and his heart function was 48%. So they decided to wake him. And he was actually in a very bad condition. He lost 50 kilos and he needed to walk again. And he went to step down. But while he was awake, we really overdosed on these products because it's natural. You can't actually overdose on it. But we actually decided we're going to do everything possible, give him as much as this product as we can. And with 2 months later, we took him back to the heart surgeon. They did all the tests from scratch again, and his heart function was 70%. So they could actually operate on him. They closed the gap, and within a month and a half, he went back to work, and he is still on the products today. So these products can really be life-saving. I myself had a big neck fusion 6 weeks ago, and I've been to the doctor yesterday. I'm out of my brace, and that's something that our products unfortunately cannot avoid. But before the operation, I also opened a Manipul for myself, started to drink it. I finished it within 2 weeks, although it's a month stock. And I healed so quickly. I can really turn my head. I am not allowed to play tennis or even the heavy lifting again. But within 6 weeks, the doctor couldn't believe how quickly I healed. And this is all because our cells get the right food and they like go in overdrive and they fix whatever is wrong in your body. So if you are skeptical about the products or even about the business 6 years ago, I didn't know what the journey lie ahead, and none of us know what our future entails. You might lose your job, you might get a life-threatening disease, you never know. But this is really a safety belt that you need to put on before the accident, as this was our safety belt in so many ways. So thank you for allowing me to share your story, my story, and you must have an awesome evening. Thank you, Johan.
Thank you so much, Leonie. Yes, it's important to understand, put on the safety belt while you still have another job. Create a new, an exciting income stream that can take you places and that you don't have to be dependent on somebody else. The interesting part about the slide that you're looking at, it was an 8-month period that we fed Tinus, Manipul, and Ambrotose like never before. And it's important that I do mention that our products don't cure or mitigate any disease. It doesn't stop it. But when you feed your body the right nutrition, you're actually feeding glycan technology with these products. You allow your body to fix itself. Whatever problem it may have, you allow your body to fix the problem the natural way, the way that the dear Lord intended it to be. Now, on this note, I'd like to just share the next slide with you very quickly. Late last year, we've launched the company, not we, the company have launched a new skincare range, Illuminovation. It's a product that's based on K-beauty, Korean beauty. The Korean products are all based on 10 steps or 10 different products. They took hands with the Manatech. The glycan technology is infused in these products. There are only 4 products, so it's affordable. Everybody and anybody can use these products. And you can see, here we're showing you just a few examples of how great this is. We've talked about inner nutrition. This is also outer nutrition. And these are the 2 main streams of products that the company has. So you would ask yourself, so how do we make money? Where does the money come from? And it's really about building relationships. There's nothing else. It's all about the people that you know, the people that you don't know, and the people that you love, especially the people that you love. You can't not use these products yourself. You can't not give it to your children. And by the way, children of all ages can eat these products on a daily basis. We have Manna Bears for kids. They love it. And it's the world's best sweetie ever. We have Manna Bears in our house and we're having more of it than what we should. But that's also okay. So the interesting part is you would say to yourself, but how do I start? Where do I go? How does it work? And we really introduce the results, the products, to as many people as we know. Customers, that is, we build those relationships with people and we share this amazing technology with them. The beauty about this whole process, it's all online. So if you have a phone tonight, wherever you sit, you have a phone, this is all you need to be successful, because there's an app built into the system. And all that we do is we introduce customers to the business. We create an online profile. They pick the products. They pay for the products directly to Manatech. And Manatech delivers the products to their house within 5 working days. And you can imagine then all that you have to do as a customer, you eat the products, you get this great result. And on top of that, there's 20% discount for you. And that's in the form of loyalty points. And that accumulates over a period. So every month that you place an order, you get 20% discount. Every month you get 20% discount. And from month 4 onwards, you can actually redeem that for free products if that's what you want. So that's the one thing from a customer perspective. But if you know anybody in your business, or anybody in your household, or anybody in your family, or wherever you stay, you've heard of somebody that says, I wish I could earn an extra income. What is it that I can do? So here's the interesting part. You can introduce this business to them. The money that you can make is also the money that they can make. And here we really work on relationships. The interesting part here is it's going to cost you 650 Rand. Currently, to start as an associate, it's 850 Rand. And that allows you your startup cost. It allows you the courier cost to get your business delivered to your house. And it actually includes one Success Summit ticket. You want to go to the Success Summit in November? That's super special. You can't miss it, because it's going to change your life no matter what happens. You just need to be there. And if you're ready to be changed, this will change your life forever. How does it work when you say you want to start the business, you want to make money? So you're going to pay that once off 850 fee. You're going to get your business in a box. You can then place your product order. And we would recommend for people that are starting the business, or even customers, that they would get themselves 2 to 3 different products. Now, I don't know which products it is that you need. There's a consultation process that needs to happen. So the person that's invited you needs to consult with you. They need to check what is it that you want to change in your life from a health perspective. And on that basis, you would collectively decide which products to order for you. But let's say you place an order for about 1,500 Rand. That equals to 100 point volume. And I'll explain the point volume thing just now. And you're also contributing to the Mission 5 Million program, where the company is feeding kids for free below the age of 6. Now, the interesting part here is the point volume system. Obviously, with a country that's in 49 countries, a company that's in 49 countries, you're now talking about they had to decide, and they had to develop an international currency. And the currency that they've decided to work on is point volume. So every product, Manapol, around the world has the same point volume. Ambritos has exactly the same point volume. Different to Manapol, but the same around the world. So in that country, wherever you are, you would pay for the product in that country's currency. And the company will translate that back to rands using the point volume. And you're going to get paid based on the point volume in your business, and you're going to get paid in the currency wherever you stay. So if you stay in South Africa, you're going to get paid in rands. If you stay in the USA, you'll get paid in pounds, in dollars. And if you stay in the UK, you'll get paid in pounds. So this is really a global business, and it's for everybody, and anybody can do this. This is the one thing that I would love for you all to remember. How does it work? You can actually share hope with this business. I really call it sharing hope. You know, if you think of Nolene, that's got so much that she's achieved in this business already. Can you imagine how many people she can talk to about her health, about the amount of weight that she has lost? So we have, in this business, we don't really lose weight, we lose fat. And that's the beauty about the products. So I'd like you not to worry too much about that, but what I'd love for you to understand is how much money you can make. Here's a little slide of, for every customer that you introduce, you're going to earn an income. There are basically 2 income streams. based on the products, and the rest, there are 6 in total. The rest is all about building a team of people. So the first thing that I'd like you to remember is share the products with people. Share testimonies with people. Share product flyers with people. Introduce the people with their health challenges to these products. So you will probably say to me, okay, Johan, so how many people can I introduce? I don't know. You can introduce 1,000 if you want to. And it literally works on a sliding scale. So let's say one person equals 100-point volume. So if you have 2 people, you can earn 300 Rand. And because at that point, it works on a sliding scale, you're on 10%. When you're on 5 people, you're on 15%, it's 1,000 Rand. And when it goes to 25 people, you can earn 7,000 Rand plus. And at 50 people or 50 customers, you can earn in excess of 18,000 Rand. And 100 customers, you can earn more than 45,000 Rand. Then you're on 30%. So what I'd love for you to understand, you can earn anything from 300 to 45,000 Rand, and you can even double the 45. You can earn 90,000. You can earn 200,000 Rand if you want to, just on customers. But this is the one thing that we do. And I would love for you to understand that we are doing 2 things. Most other businesses have thousands of things to do. Here, one is we introduce people to the products, customers to the products. The next thing is we do introduce people to the business model to make money. You can do it. The person that you don't even know yet can also do this. The same applies to them. How does it work? If you, for argument's sake, have 5 customers, if you have 5 customers, you introduce 2 more people to the business and they generate more than, or you support them in getting more than 5 customers, you and they will get your commission on the product usage of your customers. But for you that have introduced them to the business, you'll get an extra 1,000 Rand. And this is really the exciting part that I'd like you to understand. 1 is customers, and 2 is building a team of people that are doing what you are doing. Like-minded people that are doing what you are doing. And there's just duplication. If you introduce 2 people, it's 1,000 Rand. 4 people, it's 1,500. 6, it's another 2,000. 8, it's another 2,000. And 10, it's another 2,000. So 8,500. As simple as that, by just introducing people, you help a few customers, they help a few customers, and everybody makes money. And this is the 2 principles. 1 is customers, and 2 is building a team of people. So you would say to me, but how much money can I make, Johan, from introducing other people to this amazing business? And I'd love for you to understand that you can make as much money as you want. I've already said you can make an unlimited amount of money from the customers. I'm showing you here that you can build a team of people, but then there's something quite special in the business, and it's called leadership. Sorry, let me just click over. It's called leadership income levels. So I did say there are 6 different bonus structures, and what you need to understand is the 6 just literally build up, and the longer you are in this business, this is the one business where you don't want to ever quit. You don't want to ever quit. You want to stay in this business. You want to help customers, and you want to help other people to make more money by building relationships with those people. If you have, for argument's sake, 2 friends with 5 customers each, you're talking about 15 customers collectively in your business. You can earn extra income between 750 and 3,000 Rand a month. If that grows to 60 customers, are all 60 yours? No. Let's say 5 is yours, and the rest come from people that you've introduced and people that they have introduced. You can earn up to 10,000 Rand extra, over and above the previous slides. You can build it up to 200. Now, Lynn sits in excess of 200 customers at the moment in her group. She's earning more than 20,000 Rand a month. You can build it up to 400. Leonie sits on 400. You can earn in excess of 50,000. Heike and Geraldine with this business, Heike and Geraldine are doing, I think, 8 different businesses. This is their main income. You can earn in excess of 80,000 Rand a month on these leadership income levels. And you can keep on growing and growing it to 100 to 200 to 200,000 plus. And this is the message that I'd like to leave you tonight. In summary, help as many customers as you can, number one. So introduce people to the products. Number two is help other people to make an extra income. Maybe somebody like I that have lost my job, somebody else that wants to earn an extra income. If you have a business like this, you are not going to be stressed about where is the money going to come from, because the harder you work in this business, the more money you can make. Here's a quick summary. Everybody, you're welcome to take a screenshot or a photo of this slide. It's really about part-time. The business is really built for part-time. I did say it's online. You know what? I've seen so many businesses where there's serious risk and people are actually taking the risk. In this business, zero risk. You cannot lose money. You can only make money. And how much money can you make? An unlimited amount of money. It's global, but it is local. It's local, and they always say local is lekker. So yes, local is lekker. You can do the business in South Africa. You can help as many people as you can, but you can take this business into other countries, and then you can start earning pounds and dollars and you name it. So there's something, I know some people, Geraldine is always saying there's 7 incentive structures. The one official one, or bonus structures, the one official one is the incentives. Next month in October, tomorrow is next month, we're going, a couple of us are going to Bali, and you want to go to once a year, there's an amazing 5-star venue that you can take to. So how do you go to? So how do you qualify? Literally by doing the business, help people on the products, help people making an extra income. And if you help enough of those, you will automatically qualify for a free holiday. This year we're going to Bali. So if you want to go start now. Next year in November, we're going to know, and it will be announced where we're going next year. Then make sure that you go next year. So there's really, I think what appealed to myself and Leonie with this business was really about the team dynamic. There's always somebody here that's going to help you. You're just never going to be alone. There's always somebody else to phone. If you in Heike and Geraldine's business, for argument's sake, you can't get hold of them, there's somebody else like a Leonie. There's somebody else like a Nolene. There's somebody else. There's always going to be somebody else. And there's so many leaders in this business that has a vested interest in you. They want you to be successful. Unlike corporate, where somebody will probably step on you to climb the corporate ladder. In this business, we don't step on people. We elevate people. And if you help enough other people, you will be elevated. And that's the beauty. It's such a global and mobile, it's an absolute nodal business. I can't think of anything else that you maybe want to do. So here we're helping people with their goals. We help people to mentor. We help people with the leadership program. And I did say earlier on in November, ask the person that's invited you, where can I get a ticket? How do I qualify? What is it that I need to do to get to the Success Summit? There's one in Johannesburg, in Midrand, in Gallagher Estate. Next month, in November only. Next month there's a training. But in November there's a Success Summit. You don't want to miss that. And the weekend after that, there's one in Cape Town. And you know what? Leonie and I, for quite a number of years, decided we're going to just attend both Cape Town and Johannesburg. So you don't want to miss out on the excitement, because all the excitement is with this amazing business. So I'd like to say to you tonight, what is it going to take for you to make sure that you take care of yourself? You take care of your family. You take care of your immediate children, perhaps, or you take care of yourself. Yourself is the most important person that's on tonight's call. Yes, we have a Heavenly Father, but for us, we need to make sure that we need to take the necessary steps to become successful and self-sustainable. And through this business, you and I can make a huge difference, number one, in our own lives, but we can help a whole lot of people to become financially free and have the world's best products. And that's what I wish for everybody tonight. My wish for you is that you would start this business immediately, live on the excitement, work this business, see how you're going to earn. Leonie and I literally had from 1 month to the next, sometimes 3,000, 4,000 Rand increases just from 1 month to the next. And it's possible because we've seen it, we've lived it, we've experienced it, and we want that for you. So my wish to everybody tonight is don't delay, start the business. You're going to be successful because this is the easier model. This is the 2 to a 5 year model where you could become successful. Thank you very much for being on the call. I trust that you'll have a blessed evening, and I'm looking forward to see you at the monthly training. I'm looking forward to see you at the Success Summit in Johannesburg and then in Cape Town in November, because ultimately we need to share and we need to cover South Africa with a blanket of glycans, and you and I as an obligation to the people in our family, to the people around us, our neighbors, our friends, and everybody else. So on that high note, I'd like to say to you, God bless. Talk to the person that's invited you onto this call right now. Phone them now. Tell them, what is it that I need to do? What products do I need? Where do I start the business? Can you help me tomorrow morning? Do that tonight. From our side, thank you, and we hope to see you very soon. Keep well. Thank you so much. Bye.